Imagine you see a video of yourself. You're saying things you never said. It sounds exactly like you. It looks exactly like you, but it's not you. Some use this technology to scam. Others use it to automate their entire business and make serious money doing so. That's how powerful AI clones have gotten. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your own AI clone with your exact voice and your face, so you can remove yourself from recording content and automate your business completely. But there's just one thing. From the very beginning of this video, you weren't listening to me. You were listening to my AI clone. So I split this video into two different parts. The first part is going to be cloning my face, which is done on HeyGen. None of these tools are sponsored, by the way. These are just the best tools that I could find for the job. And so in order to recreate my face, I'm going to go up here to Avatar, and then just under Home, I'm going to click on Avatars. Now you can already see that I created an AI clone of myself here. The only issue is that HeyGen has pretty bad audio.
Hey Maciej, your digital twin is ready. Try creating video.
Clearly it doesn't sound like me, but this does look like me, and this is an AI generated video. Now, in order to create your own AI generated video, you're going to want to hover over New Look over here. So you're going to get two options, either clone a fake person or clone yourself. Obviously, click with cloning yourself. Once you click on that, there's going to be a script for you to read out. So just read out the script whilst looking at the camera. Then it's going to have to verify that it's actually you who's creating the video. So just wait a minute. If it fails, just try again and make sure that you're using a good mic so that it can pick up on your transcript. Once you finish that, you're going to be greeted with this screen. So here we have myself, as I just showed you, and I'm just going to click on Use in Video. And here we have basically four different sections. On the very left, we have the script. And with any AI tool, you basically write in your script, and that is what the AI avatar is essentially going to say in the video you want. In the middle over here, we have our preview screen. So obviously this is just a preview of the video that you're generating, which will only appear once you send the script off and click generate. And on the right side over here is basically all the other details that you might want to have. So of course your avatars, your voice, which is actually really cool because you can connect this to ElevenLabs, the motion engine, which the best one here is Avatar 4. And you can also choose your background. So removing a background. Another trick is, instead of keeping the original layout, if you want kind of like a circular camera like I have here, you can just click on circle. And if we apply the background, you can see that me and this guy are basically the same person. So it'll save you time from masking in Premiere Pro. Now over here, as you can see, we also have AI tools, media, elements, music, etc, etc. So I wouldn't recommend most of these tools on the side over here. However, if you click on media, you can import your own images, and then if you click down here next to my webcam on layout, you can do something like split screen. So for example, if you have a presentation, you could do a presentation slide here, then have the AI avatar on the right, and you could render this without ever needing to even leave HeyGen. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button down below so that you get more videos like this recommended to you, because the AI space is moving quick. And so if you want to stay up to date, you're going to want to watch more videos just like this one. But we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's firstly generate the best voice that we can, because we're not going to get anywhere with just a video. So obviously, if you haven't heard of ElevenLabs already, I don't know what you've been doing for the past 3 years, but open up ElevenLabs either way. This is by far the best tool for AI sound effects, AI voices, etc. And over here on the left, you can click on voices. And obviously there's stuff like trending voices and other AI voices that you can use. But if you want to replicate your own voice, you're going to go up here to create a voice. And so in order to recreate it, you're going to have to click down here to professional voice clone. Now I recommend uploading at least 2 hours of audio in order to get the best results. So you can take audio from another video of yours, from a podcast, whatever you have, render that as an MP3 file, and then just upload it into professional voice clone. Now this takes quite a few hours to actually get right, but the results are very good. And just like with HeyGen over here, after recording, they're going to want you to verify that it's actually your voice by using your microphone and talking to verify that it's your voice. Now, by the way, before I show you the results of the voice, I want to show you why you need to specialize in multiple different assets of AI tools, because I just showed you HeyGen created a very good video, ElevenLabs is going to create a good voice, but I also showed you HeyGen did a terrible job at the sound design, and if we look at the ElevenLabs, didn't do a good job at the video. So this is why you need to actually understand multiple different tools and what is the best tool for what purpose. But more importantly, this is what ElevenLabs will actually sound like. Hey there, this is a test for an AI avatar clone. I hope this is looking good. Let me know what you think so I can improve this one, or maybe it's good to go. But okay, now we have the video generated and you should have your voice generated. How do we combine the two? Because that's the most important part. So inside of HeyGen, if you click up here to avatar, you will see we have this option for voice. Now, when I click on the voice, I already have it connected, but you can see down here, it says ElevenLabs. And I've done that by clicking up here on new voice, and then click down here on third party voice. Then you're not going to see this. You're going to have import voice. You can click on that. Down here, you can select your provider. So obviously we're going to select ElevenLabs. And by the way, none of this is sponsored, but I'm going to give you a link for a discount down below if you want to use that for all these tools. And so once we select ElevenLabs, we're going to go and get our API key and just paste it in here. And if you don't know how to do that, just go back into ElevenLabs, and on the left panel over here, click on developers. Then up here, you can see API keys. So we're going to click on that. And as you can see, we can click up here and create an API key. Now, normally what I do is I just deselect this so that it's completely unrestricted. And then you can create your key, copy that key, go back into HeyGen, paste it into here, and then confirm. Once you have it confirmed, you can name your voice, and that's how you can then click up here and connect your voice, which will use ElevenLabs in order to create that. So with our voice selected, we can now go back, we can expand the script over here a little bit and paste in a script. So obviously this is the script I used for the intro. So I'm just going to paste that in, and I'm just going to click on generate. I'm going to title this record video, and I'll keep everything else the same. Now, if you have HeyGen watermark selected, make sure to deselect it and click on submit. Now, while that's submitting, I want to give you some tips for creating a really good prompt in order to get the most out of your voices, because there's a lot of tricks that you can do to get your voice better. So the first thing we have is emotion description. Now, adding the description of the emotion you want in your script will change the entire intonation of the whole text. So over here, we can say confident tone. This will make the voice sound confident, but you can also say sad tone or dramatic, etc. This is basic prompt engineering skills. Now, kind of similar to that, we have the global style, which will set the mood for the entire segment. So over here, we can see speak dramatically and with authority. Then we have a colon, and then we have the rest of the script. Now, then we have the pace description. So this is obviously controlling the speed of the whole segment. So over here, we can see that we have another form of emotion, and then right after that, we have slow delivery, colon, breaking news. Now, another thing you can do is use uppercase letters when you want something to be loud and have more stress on the word. So again, here we had slow delivery, and then breaking news in all caps. You can see how this changes so much. You can also do exclamation points, for example, or in the prompt, you can just say man shouts breaking news. Now, then we have pauses. So you can make pauses and also change the pause length depending how you set it up. So as you can see here, we have this prompt over here saying break time equals 1 second. Obviously, if we change that to 3 seconds, there'll be a longer pause. Now, this is one that I didn't know for the longest time, but sound effects. You can add sound effects into ElevenLabs. For example, here the script was reports are coming in, door creaks. And since I mentioned earlier that ElevenLabs actually can create really good sound effects because it's the best audio AI tool in the world, you're going to get really good and realistic sound effects in your script without needing to go ahead and actually generate them on the side. You can just do it all in one go. Now, we also have pitch, which will change the height of the voice. So obviously a high pitch or a low pitch, whatever you want. Here's how you can change the different pitch levels. And now, even though we have a global style, if you want to change something small, like inline tags, you can change the style mid-sentence. So here you can see that normally open bracket shouts, and then we have a shout, then open bracket whisper, and then we have a whisper over here. So even though the global style was dramatic and authoritarian speaking, down here we can still change the style by opening a bracket, adding a word, closing it, and then adding the script we want afterwards. Just like with pitch, we can also change the volume of something, so we can change the loudness of a fragment. So here we have prosody volume equals loud, so obviously you can change that to quiet, etc. And lastly, I want to go over punctuation marks. So exclamation points, question marks, triple full stops, commas, etc. These really affect how your prompt engages with the script that you actually create. So if you want your AI voice to sound like he's saying, asking a question, add a question mark at the end of the sentence. It sounds like common sense, but you'd be surprised at how many people forget the simple stuff like this. Because AI voices are extremely good now, but you need to understand how it is that you need to prompt them. And as you've seen here, it's not just the kind of words, but how you position the words, what you add before them, the speed, the volume, the pitch, effects, etc. Now, one big question I had when making this video is, what are we going to do about the scams and the risks, and how are we going to prevent that? Is there anything we can do? So I'll get into that in just a moment. But first, I want to show you what our video actually came out like. So let's check it out. Okay, so I have the video downloaded. Let's see what it came out like. Imagine you see a video of yourself. You're saying things you never said. It sounds exactly like you. It looks exactly like you, but it's not you. Some use this technology to scam. I don't know about you. I think this sounds a lot like me. I mean, it looks a lot like me. Even the way I like lift my head up a little bit, raise my eyebrows, move my hands. And keep in mind, this is just the completely raw version. We didn't add any extra effects onto this. Like, there's a lot of audio tweaking manipulation you can do. There's a lot of voice effects you can do. There's a lot of video effects that you can add to make this seem even more natural. Now, also, for any moment that my face doesn't look that right, I could just add B-roll on top of it and just continue the voice. If the voice doesn't sound right at a certain part, I could just re-render that specific part 10 times until just that part sounds a little bit better. And then with the power of editing, just add that into the timeline and make it fit and flow nicely. Yeah, there's a million things you can do. Obviously, you can see the benefit of this because otherwise you may be watching a video like this one. But the bigger question I have right now is, what are the potential risks and scams that are happening in this space, and how are we going to prevent them? So I want to show you this example, which happened in February 2024. 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years in the AI space is like a decade in any other space. And what's interesting is that in Hong Kong in February 2024, the scammers basically convinced a finance worker to transfer approximately $25 million. They did this by impersonating the chief financial officer. And so obviously you've seen that there is securities in place to try to prevent these kind of things, but it's still possible to get open source alternatives of these kind of tools. So I know this video is meant for business owners who are just trying to automate their recording process. So even if you are a business owner, you still need to be careful. I mean, this reminds me kind of the, I think it was a Nigerian scam of like some airport that was never actually built, but it was fully sold. Yeah, here it is. So there was an airport that was sold to a bank for 242 million, but it never existed. And keep in mind, this was before Nano Banana Pro, this was before ElevenLabs, before HeyGen, before all of these tools. So now I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be $1 billion scam one day with these AI tools before the public starts to wake up and they start to realize how powerful these tools are and what you can actually do with them. Now, obviously, if someone asks you to transfer 25 million over the phone with no backing, you might not do it, but you might fall for some celebrity crypto scams. A lot of people fell for this Elon crypto scam back in 2024. I don't know why this was such a popular time. I guess because AI was kind of new around this time, but that's also when we got these deepfakes of Elon that looked pretty legit, and a lot of people did fall for this. And so how do we prevent this? Is there anyone that's actually actively trying to prevent this? Yes, Google released SynthID, which is an interesting tool because it is essentially a secret watermark that it's not like embedded into the video. You can't see it in the video. It is some sort of a layer that is only detected when something was made by AI. And so I think that more and more of these big AI companies are actually going to implement tools like this for especially AI images, but also videos and audio. Because for example, if you watch one of my more recent videos, I basically tested every single AI image generator. And so we have this image here that was generated by Nano Banana Pro, I believe, or HeyGen. And so if I paste it into Gemini and ask if it's generated by AI, we can see that Gemini responded with yes, based on a SynthID watermark check. So if you're unsure if something was generated with AI or not, simply paste it into Gemini, you can find out. However, this doesn't work for every AI image, because over here I pasted an image that was generated by ChatGPT. So again, this is an AI image generator that generated this, but it didn't find the SynthID watermark because this isn't a Google product. Now, even though SynthID wasn't detected, Google still pointed towards this being an AI image rather than a real life photograph. So that's cool, but that's not the point. The point is that SynthID watermark is one way to check whether or not an image was generated with Gemini. But with that being said, I do hope you're all going to be careful with not falling for these AI scams. And I hope you're able to automate more of your business with the AI clones that I taught you in this video. Now, if you also want to know more tricks about how to use AI as a video editor, then click the link up here. It'll bring you straight to that video, and I'll see you there.